he has transitioned, and I hate to say death of, because there is no death really, but he has witnessed and participated in the transition of literally thousands of people, mostly veterans. And his work is amazingly important and powerful, and all of us wind up at that place at the end anyway. But live fast, die hard, leave clean underwear, as Jim Morrison once said. And he is my friend and one of the most powerful people that I've ever known and ever met. He is the Dannion Brinkley, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, in the mink and chinchilla, weighing in at a slick and svelte 100 pounds, he is the Ayatollah spiritual rock and roller. He is the Pikachu of the spiritual hoobajoo. He is the voodoo of the major hoodoo. He is the cake bacon, air conditioned and shaken, earthquaking. He is the what can I say? The Clarence of my Bruce Springsteen. He is the Batman to my Robin. He is an amazingly powerful spiritual channel, healer, and force for good. He is the get down, gotta kiss myself, the James Brown of the spiritual world. He is, of course, Reverend James Capers.
I feel pain.
That's right. He is the man who taught Michael Jackson how to moonwalk, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed.
But he was my client.
That's right. He was a client. He's the man who's always helping MacGyver out of a jam. He is the man whose pheromones have been weaponized by the military. So there you go. Okay, let's kick it off. Creating new life on a new earth. Actually, let's start with Dannion because he's so shy. Dannion, you're watching people transition through this period, if you will, and give me your opinion. Do you think we're in a post ascension era? What do you see changing in the thoughts and the minds of consciousness of the people that you're interacting with?
And let's look at it from the Maya point of view.
Okay.
You would move from the Maya said. People said, well, why is there not a calendar after December 21st, 2012? The damn Spanish came. They burnt everything. They colonized Maya land.
Pull in the microphone.
Okay, they colonized Maya land. So the stuff that's still left over says this. We have another year and a half, like to 2014, sometime in April, depends on which of the two calendars that you look at, to catch this wave of energy that's passing, okay? And we go from the galactic period, which says that all things not done in integrity would collapse. And everything we know has collapsed.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, but it also says as we move into the universal period, there would be no secrets. Okay, now this is what the Maya said. There would be no secrets. So we're in the universal period. Everybody's connected. The internet, cell phones, you're connected in the air.
Yeah.
You're connected to the air as the movement by which you communicate in and out with each other. That's a galactic consciousness in any science book. And the Maya said this is what would happen. So we have probably another year and a half, sometime April next year, to get our shit together. To ride this wave that a civilization could define frequencies and events that would affect you living on this earth 5 times a day. And it was a piece of art about how to commune and live within energy. So I think that we're in the throes of the post period, okay? Because if you look at the Mayan cycle and you look at the Bach saga cycle, which was the Scandinavian northern people's creation story, okay? Because Gooseland or Atlantis, okay. But if you look at that, we're close. It's a 52-year cycle, and we're probably in the first year and a half of the second 52-year cycle that starts the next 5,125.36 years.
So you don't think it goes to like 13 years, the Night of the Jaguar, until like 2025? And then
somewhere in there. But,
right.
Then it's completely in place. We are completely in the universal period. So there will be no secrets. Okay, so the first thing I think about is watching what I say. And when you look to realize that the government has now passed laws that allows them to record every single thing, everywhere you are, everything you say, do, or write, everything you text or have a conversation is being recorded in Utah. So if I want to think that the Maya's universal spiritual consciousness about what you do in the change of the cycle, which is compassion, what you do, then I want to be paying attention to that. So I think that what we're doing here today, Sean, is catching our breath and realizing we're in the almost a post period. But next year we will be.
Wow, that's a great way to put it. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you very much for that. Yes, great. That's good. And he's absolutely right. The way I break down the internet is Facebook wants to know who you are, Twitter wants to know what you think, YouTube wants to see what you're doing, and Yelp wants to know what pisses you off. So that's the internet right there. So there you go. And
well, it's got some spiritual stuff and a little porn.
Yeah, exactly. A brief true story. A group of scientists put together a clump of computers to create an artificial intelligence, which they wanted to see as an adolescent consciousness would begin to develop AI. And I'm not kidding. They put 19,000 computers together to create this supercomputer, and they let it go to see whatever it was going to do as it developed emotionally intelligence. And they let it go on the internet to do whatever it was going to do. And I swear to God, this is exactly what it did. It was fascinated with porn and cat videos. Cat videos, funny cat videos. The computer was fascinated by porn and funny cat videos, and that's all it did was download that, and now it lives in its grandmother's basement. Audrey, it just says Audrey. You don't have a last name. It's just Audrey. Are you just Audrey?
I do.
Okay.
Audrey DeMola.
Audrey DeMola. I'm so sorry. You're Audrey Light Language, like that's your last
Audrey
name here.
Light
So
Language channel.
Audrey Light Language. Lay it on me. What do you see? Do you think we're in a post-ascension age? How do you think we're creating a new life on a new Earth? And pull the mic in because it's also on the recording as well.
Yes. Myself, I work with many people who are new to this. You know, they find me through the internet and many means, and they're just stepping into this. They're just beginning this. So I think it's beautiful because everyone who's here, outside, there's many people still sleeping. Even though we're at this process, there are still many that are in fear and are still sleeping. So the work of everyone here and those who have come here, Spirit applauds, because we're the renegade spirits who've begun this. You have set the cornerstones, they say. You have set the roots in the tree so firmly to withstand the winds of change that are upon us. And the many newer generations that are coming in, we've allowed the vibration to be so high that those new children that are all coming in and have been coming in are higher and higher vibratory. So
is this what they call the Blu-ray kids, the Violet kids?
Yes, they're all coming in.
The Blu-ray kids started coming in like 85. The Violet kids started coming in 2000.
But for us, who were here before them,
right,
the ones who choose to wake up, come out of the box.
Yeah, we're not the chopped liver people, by the way. We count too.
So they applaud you because you're in here raising your consciousness, raising your awareness and frequency. So Spirit applauds you all because you're very, very important. Because there are many of us which still are not out there, and that's who are led to me and are starting to learn. Still at this point,
that means we're still not quite in the post era.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. We're getting there. I think
we're getting there, and it has to continue, and that's why this is so important.
It's an interesting transition.
And what you learn here to also spread to other people, because there's many people who don't know or are still in fear, and we have to help bring them along as well.
Thank you, Audrey. Thank you, Audrey. Light Language. Audrey, give me a little. Starfu. What do you got? Same question. Lay it on me. You can stand up if you want. I know you're better when you move.
So, after December 21st, I looked at the energies and I saw a new beginning. And I saw a baby, just like a baby Gandhi or a baby Mother Teresa. And I saw all my clients standing there. We want miracles. Today, you're just a baby. We want miracles. We want you to lead a country, a world of peace. When this era was just born. And what is it now, March? And we're expecting the era to do things that we won't do with our own energy. I think we're born into a great time. I passed a little kid the other day, and I went, "Hey, Billy Willie, having a funny sunny day?" And he looked up at me, all of his 6 years old, with his big brown eyes, and said, "Star, I'm an old soul in a little body. Don't baby talk me." I was like, and this is what we're being
No candy for him.
into.
I was going to say.
This is what we're coming to.
Keep on Jeopardy.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
It's just like, how can you expect a baby to do miracles and bring world peace for you when you're not doing it for yourself? And we're right at the very birth and the beginning of this age. Thank you.
Star Fuentes, ladies and gentlemen. Diana, take it, darling.
Well, I've just seen more and more people waking up. I have clients, they come to me, and then inevitably the conversation starts. Oops, the conversation spills the water everywhere. The conversation starts to shift to all of the unusual things that are happening, and what's happening with the economy, and what's happening with our skies, and what's with the weather. This is not normal. So I just see a lot more people waking up. I see it accelerating. I see, even in my own life, like instant karma, like whatever I'm doing, if it's not exactly right, it's like you feel the result of it, or it comes right back to you, whether it's something good or something negative. I mean, I ran into a friend the other day that was singing for the first time at B.B. King's. And about a couple hours before, I called Adam about filming this, and she said, "Oh, can you film me at BB King's?" I was like, "Sure." And it just like worked out, this inevitable immediate karma that was positive. You know, I was offering him something for filming, and she came and asked me to do this for her. So I just see this absolute quickening of everything happening. I see the awareness shifting. I see people talking about it. So like everyone's saying, just continue to share this knowledge with people, because we're going to need to develop communities in the coming years.
Well, let's actually, and we'll talk about this in a little while, but when's your lecture today? You have a lecture today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 2. I'm going to be looking at the bigger cycles as well as the cycle of the next year. There are a lot of the larger cycles that are actually repeating themselves, and that's one of the good things about astrology, is you can look back in the cycles and see what sort of events took place, and you see the exact same patterns, and that's what I study. I'm a math student. You study the patterns in the cycles, and you start to relate them to events and seeing how you can relate it to what possibly could be coming ahead. So I'm going to be looking at not only the next year, but all the way up until 2020, because that's a repeat of a cycle.
We've been talking.
If you look at the Mayan astrology that bases everything off of Venus, have you looked at that? Because that's the 7 cycles that the Maya describe in the calendar that occur 365 days. Have you ever looked at that?
No.
But what she has looked at is she's looked at these coming transit squares.
Yeah,